Alright guys, this oil filter I just took off the 2001 Dodge Ram 2500 with the Cummins Turbo Diesel. This is an Amsoil EaO80 filter. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to cut the filter open, let you see what's inside of it. This filter has been on the truck for 1 year. The oil that is coming out of here is 5 years old, okay, and as you can see, it's not even black. I'm going to go ahead and dump the oil out. I originally installed it when I did the video on how to install the Amsoil bypass filter, and I want to try the Amsoil Signature Series 5W30 in the truck. So I'm dumping the 1540. The Series 3000 530 is a much more robust oil. It is a little thinner, and the reason that I want to do that is because I'm looking to pick up another mile or two per gallon, and also for a little bit better cold starting, or easier cold starting when it gets cold. Despite what people say, that oil is plenty robust enough for the 5.9 Cummins in the pre-2007 vehicles. If you have a 2007 or 2008 and later, you can't use that oil because of the high ash content. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my magnets. I always put magnets on the filter, and you'll see on the inside why I do that when we open this up. But I'm going to go ahead and slide these magnets off, and then I'll get the filter cutter set up and we'll cut this filter open. Alright, so I've got the magnets removed. We're using our Longacre filter cutter. You can look on my channel for that review. This thing is awesome. Anytime you do an oil change, you should go ahead and cut your filter open because you want to see what's inside the filter. It may alert you to some problems that you may not otherwise know about until later. I'm going to have to get a piece of sandpaper to hold this. Its filter's still a little oily and it's hard to hold on to. The Amsoil filters are quite hard to get into because the cases, or the outside, is so thick. Alright, so we've got our top plate here, and we're going to pull this out. Okay, inside got our pressure spring, and I don't know if the camera will pick this up from the light. But can you see those? If you can see those striations, that's what the magnets were trapping. That's ferrous particles. I can't tell on the screen, my LED, if it's going to come out or not. But anyway, there's always going to be a line of stuff on the inside. It's not a lot, but it is a little bit. Okay, now the filter itself, it has a good many pleats, and what you're doing when you're looking at this is you want to see inside the pleats. If you have any metallic particles, you see anything shiny, and I'm not seeing anything in there at all. This is where this seam right here is where the pleated paper is sealed together. Inside there's a perforated tube that's in a spiral pattern. It goes all the way to the very bottom there. So, very pleased. This is the first time I've actually cut open an EA oil filter. It's very heavy. This looks like a heavy-duty epoxy that's holding the end caps on both ends to the pleat assembly. And you know, some people they'll cut this off and look, but there's absolutely nothing in here. I would not need to look any further. This is a Honda oil filter. Now this is the very first oil filter change that this thing had. I don't know if the camera is going to be able to pick this up, but there are particles in there. They're not metallic. It's sealant. It's just general break-in stuff. It almost looks like paint, little flakes of paint. But remember, blocks are cast with a sand silicone or sand silica particles, and they try to, you know, during the machining process and the cleaning process, they try to get as much of that out of the cavities as they can, but some always remains. But that's part of the reason for filters, to catch all that stuff. So anyway, I hope that this has helped you guys. It doesn't matter what kind of filter you have, as long as it's a canister type. You can use the Longacre filter cutter to get it open. For the newer cars that use cartridge style, it's going to be coming out like this anyway, so you can, you know, please at least do an inspection. But if you've got a spin-on fuel filter, if you've got a spin-on oil filter, I highly recommend that you will take this and be able to utilize this on your own vehicles. So this is Russell, and I will see you guys on the next video.